Heyo everybody, Haku here with this week's live reaction bingo for our One Piece. We have chapter 1173. As always, if you want to play along yourself while reading, then there'll be a link down in the comments and description. And if you want to see these videos a little bit early, I post them for patrons and members as soon as I read the scans. So just hit join down below to become a member. Go to patreon.com/HakuOfTheTubes, or a link will be in the description to become a patron. And these go up officially when the official translation comes up, just so I'm not spoiling anybody. But if you want to see these early, you can just become a patron or member. So either way, we're back in the main present timeline, and while we were in the flashbacks, it was like huge revelation after huge revelation, and well, not really even huge revelations all the time, but just really exciting, important stuff for the overall world and story of One Piece. And we kind of got a recap chapter mostly last time. We made a lot of forward progress too, but it was really telling us where everybody is, what everybody was going to be doing. And now that we're into that, I worry that maybe we'll settle into a little bit more of a chill pace. As much as I love the present day Elbaf and everything, we might be back into a bit more of a, just making a little progress every week kind of chapters. And that's a little bit less exciting, but I want to see what's going on with Loki and Luffy a lot, see how this all plays out. But we are going from a really exciting flashback, and it's going to be hard to follow that up. But either way, I don't think there's much else to say that I can remember. So let's go check out what I got on my bingo card this week. So I ended up with Karen and Zunisha, Devil Fruit Awakening, new name Devil Fruit, Yonko, new named character, Zoan Transformation, Vivi Wupple or Morgans, Shira Hoshi or Lola, Revolutionary, Oda or Narrator Box, God's Knights, Marine, Free Space, which we can click, Blood Sweater Tears, Named Attack, Kid or Heart Pirates, Straw Hat Grand Fleet Representative Child, Imasama Flashback, Food, Apparent Death, Luffy Mitsimu, any Straw Hat member, or Bounty Reveal. So pretty rough card. I think most are going to be pretty rough. Again, when we were in the segment back in Egghead where we're jumping around seeing everyone, then it's like, okay, there's going to be a lot we're getting filled in, and then we went back to normal stuff. It's like, okay, maybe a little bit tougher to do bingo. And we're kind of in that situation again where we were in that flashback where we were just seeing so much every week that it was much easier to do bingo, whereas now we're back in the present time, and who knows how little we could see per chapter, or how much we focus on any one specific thing, to the point that bingo becomes a little bit more difficult to gauge. Because let's say you get an entire chapter focused on one character fighting another character, then it's going to be a little bit tougher. But either way, to start reading the actual chapter, this one is 1173, A Generation of Warriors. We've got the Beetle in the background, then Chopper and Usopp. Cover request by Sato. Usopp covering his nose with honey is to lure in, as a lure to catch a rhinoceros beetle. Alright. That means that right from the cover request itself, do we have Straw Hats? If you have any Straw Hat member. Okay, I do. I was going to say, if any of us do, we're there already. Also, we've got Zoan Transformation already because of Chopper. So, already helping us out. Honey is a food. I'm counting it. So, it's food and in a form in which you would or could eat it already. We start off where the Domi Reversi giants are. Killia rule. Sorry, Dory, Brogy. It's unthinkable to see you like this. What's this plan of yours, Roronoa Zoro? First things first, is it okay if I cut those guys down? It is, but we're up against the entire giant warrior crew. Saving Elder Yarule's our top priority, but these warriors have all earned our respect. Try to spare their pride at least. Hyradine, Stanson, we've been spotted. Don't let them surround us. Hey, did you finish your quest to unite all the giants of the world? Yeah, right. By now they have to know that's never going to happen. Zugya. Go for it, Roronoa. Okay, brothers. You got that, or you got it. I see. You won't get trapped between them if you approach from above. Dee-ga-ga-ga-ga. Clever move. Stanton, let's circle around from the sides. True, not only do they have to fight them, but they have to fight them without getting caught in the middle because of the Domi Reversi flipping. Then Zoro's jumping above them from their heads. Huh? Hey! Above us, that puny human! 3 sword style, secret technique. Crossing of the 6 paths. Gah! That's Roranoa for you. Gah! Dory, Brogy, unbelievable. And they're both going in and clash and cleave through each other. So I was going to say, did he redirect their blades into each other? But I think it might be a situation where they're both swinging at him and he's able to avoid it. But they don't really, like, in their swinging at him, since they're immortal, they don't really care that they hit each other. So they're fine swinging through each other to try to hit at him. Huh? Dory, Rogi, Chiefs. Grah. Then we cut away. Branch 8 Brooks location. He's crawling away. Princess Shuri. Okay, so we have Gunko real name potentially. Princess Shuri, are you there, Princess Shuri? And Imu Gunko looks over. I can't see how you could possibly be her. I'm certain it's impossible, but it's hard to deny you're her spitting image, so I have to make sure. Even if you aren't the princess, surely you must be of her blood. If the princess were alive today, she'd be nearing 80 by now. Of course, she wouldn't recognize me, given how much I've changed. So, I guess because of taking the pact, and the only weird one there, though, is, I guess Summers has aged, but the big weird one is Garling, the fact that Garling has kept aging, where a lot of these other characters seemingly haven't. And of course maybe, again, the stopping of aging, maybe that's the 3rd level, even past the Depths Covenant. Maybe Gunko's gone all the way to Abyssal, and that's why Gunko doesn't age anymore. Of course she wouldn't recognize me given how much I've changed, and yet those features, the blue hair, the mismatched eye color, and a connection to the Holy Land. Plus, you're fond of my music too, aren't you? Every single detail's a perfect match. Princess Shuri, I'd hoped I'd go the rest of my life without ever having to think of you again. I owed everything to the man whose life you took, my patricidal princess. And then she reacts. We're getting just lore, like a little bit of a clumsy way to do all this. Just really just throwing a bunch of lore at us. For Brooke, throwing a bunch of backstory. Gunko, are thy memories beginning to return? We have Imu speaking. Brooke, you have to run. Okay, so Gunko is still in there. We see from the eyes. She breaks out for a moment. Brooke, you have to run. She sends arrows out. Huh? Look, it's wiggling. Okay, before we go for the scene break, that means I can fill in at least some of these. I see right at the end we're seeing the we're gonna cut away to the giant children. So there's child. We don't have Luffy meets Imu yet. Let me glance through some of these. We got Hyridine, so Grand Fleet representative. We're doing better than I thought. Definitely, I don't remember any exact moments of Blood, Sweat, or Tears, but given that we've seen some action already, we have to have seen some. I'll glance back through just in case, but I'm certain we have. We've got Imusama. I don't recall if there were any flashback panels. I'll have to double check. Named attack. Yeah, Zoro used a named attack already. Hold on, we're actually cooking a little bit. We got God's Knights because of Gunko. Marine is going to screw me over, isn't it? We're filling in a lot, though. Hold on. Narrator box I don't remember so far. We haven't seen Luffy yet, either. New named character? I guess if you want to count that because we're getting the name Princess Shuri for the first time, I think that's maybe kind of fair, even though Gunko's not a new named character. I don't think that would be wild to, like, include. So I'll have to pay attention for Oda boxes or flashbacks. That's what I'll need to pay attention for here. And technically, I mean, here at the end, we got a little bit of Brook sweat, we got some Gunko sweat, so blood, sweat, or tears, it's basically a free space. Look, it's wiggling. One of the giant children noticing here. I'm free, and Brook breaks loose. Gunko, thou attemptest to move of thy own will. Brook, I'm... And then she's hurt by, I guess, trying to disobey the orders. Trap, my leg got stuck again. Why did you tell me to run? I came to settle this matter. Now, who are you? Shut thy mouth. And I guess maybe the bandages around her face and all, since we see the arrows wrapped around everything else, might be due to her power, not actually like physical bandages. If so, at some point, they might come off for us to get a face reveal. Who art thou to Gunko? You know what's so funny? First Straw Hat to clash with a Yonko, Brook. First Straw Hat to clash with Emu, Brook. Insane stuff. That it was Brook both times. It almost makes me try to remember who was the first one with an admiral. I mean, that would have been somebody back with Aokiji, I guess. Okay. Branch 8 Usopp's group. Wow. We're finally free. My mind powers did the trick, you see. Usopp has been... Everybody's, oh man, like for years and years, oh, Elbaf will be Usopp's arc. Usopp's just waiting for Elbaf. He has done less than nothing. Oh my god. Like, Usopp used to be like my favorite Straw Hat. Going out of the pre-time skip, I'd say Usopp and Chopper were probably my favorite Straw Hats. Chopper hasn't done a lot post-time skip, but he's had some character stuff. And like, it's just that Chopper has consistently had character stuff throughout many arcs. It's just that his character stuff has been very minor. It's like, we just haven't had big Chopper moments like it all. And the big problem I have with Chopper post-time skip is most of his designs just look so much worse. I think the only cool design he really had for me was the new horn point. But then again, the old horn point looks better, like pretty much all of the old ones do. But man, he just spams Kung Fu Point, and Kung Fu Point is so ugly. So that and the fact that he spams it, that he uses like nothing else. It's always just Kung Fu Point spam. But Usopp has been rough to have been a fan of in the post-time skip. Usopp post-time skip sucks, man. Like, I am tired of this guy. The arrows came loose for a moment. What happened? We have Jinbei. Robin's restraints are different. We have to get these thorns off of her. Forget me, Nami. Focus on the children. I saw Anje slip away earlier, but I doubt she'll make it in time. West Village is too far. Okay. Nami, Sanji-kun. So Sanji's made it to the other Straw Hats. Branch 8 near West Village. Gee, ha ha ha. Keep moving, you brats. The finish line's just over there. You're one of the demons Elder Yarul mentioned, aren't you? We'll make you pay for this. Elbaf is really strong, you see. Moron. We know all about how strong giants are. That's why we're after you. You're Gibbon's kid, right? I'd shut up and unwrap these thorns if I were you. Yeah, let us go. All of the kids just back-talking him. I dare you to face us like a warrior. Gee, ha ha. You're a real hoot. It's way too late for that. Look, I can already see the harbor. Say goodbye to your homeland. This is the last time you'll ever see it. What? No way. You mean I'll never see Ma and Pa again? I don't want that. Someone help us. Hello, Great One? Killingham and I are about to complete our task. I'm dying to go home already, but do you have any more bidding for me to attend to first? Cologne, Ilva, Olaf. How'd they get here? Weren't the dream demons meant to stop them? Mommy, it's my mom and the others. Grandpa Oimo. So we've got Oimo, Ripley, and the others now. Wait, above you, watch out. It's Nika, the god of destruction. We have the Nika coming in. So who were the ones that went toward this way? It was the other three members of Hyradine's crew. Mom, everyone, run! From this Nika? Don't be silly. You're underestimating us. We come from a generation of warriors, and we have the previous Elbaf generations fighting. They're so strong. The reaction from all of the kids. Hey, guys, the kids are there. We won't make it, even if we sprint. Okay, now we have the Roto, Gerd, and Rodin and Goldberg group. Let's do it, Goldberg. Right. 2 generals. Wait, let me join in. I'll save you, little bro. 3 generals. Gokok sovereignty. And they blast through the Dream Demon Nika. Hey, back off before you crush me. And it falls into the ship there where Summers was. The ship! The game takes an unexpected turn. Oh shit. Chapter 1173 end. Alright. Again, neat chapter. I had a lot of fun with it. Made a bunch of progress. It is, again, just one of those. You know, now we're just kind of slowly making progress and all. Having everything play out. It kind of makes me want to leave it and like read multiple chapters at a time. But you know, I thought all of it was really fun, really good. The Brooke stuff, again, the way that it was conveyed to us, you know, give us a little bit of hints and unravel it over time. Brooke just starts spilling exposition at us. A little bit clunky, but I don't mind it, of course. Really, the only thing I disliked was how lame and awful Usopp's being, but that's literally one panel. And, you know, it'll be a shock if we see him again for many chapters. But either way, I guess that's it. The only thing left to do is see if I managed anything else. We still haven't... Like, the thing I was most excited to see more of was Loki and Luffy, and we still have yet to go back to them. So still nothing there as far as the Yonko go. You know, new name Devil Fruit, nothing there. Devil Fruit Awakening, the only one we could have potentially, you know, thought about there was Killingham, but we only had Killingham calling in. We didn't physically see him, though I guess you could say the Dream Demons are a result of that awakened fruit. So it's a little bit questionable whether or not you would want to count it because of that. I don't think there is anything else, though, unless there was a flashback or a narrator box, but neither of those really help me particularly. But, you know, as I'm yapping here for the outro, I can look up. Okay, there is a narrator box for Branch 8 near the West Village. I was going to say I didn't remember any of the narrator boxes because I was, you know, looking for one that says, oh, like, child rescue team or whatever, like it did last time. But we didn't have any of those. But we do have Branch 8 near West Village. And now with Brooke, I don't know if any of these were actual flashback panels. But again, I guess Yorkie's daughter wouldn't make as much sense unless there's more to the story that we have yet to learn. But Brooke says he owes everything to the man whose life she took. So she killed her father, Patricidal. She killed her father, and Brooke knew that whoever she was beforehand had a connection to the Holy Land. So Gunko is Princess Shuri, but we have no idea what any of this means. And none of that's an actual, like, flashback panel. So I guess that's where we are now. And I wonder what the deal's going to be. So it seems like people last time, I think, were talking about the fights or whatever that we could potentially see. And I think it's just going to be complicated. Much like in the end of Egghead, it was complicated. There weren't really one-on-one fights. It was more the Straw Hats running around doing various things, fighting various people. But it kind of, you know, switched in and out who was fighting who was doing what. There weren't really... The only kind of 1v1 fight was just Zoro and Lucci, but that was really just the two of them started clashing, and that just kept them off screen mostly. The only time we saw them was for them to be like, okay, those two were still preoccupied, just keeping them away from the rest of the action. But like, you had Sanji and Frankie and Bonnie fighting against what was his name again? Saturn for a bit. Then you had like all of every, like you had Luffy come in and fight with Saturn for a bit. You had the other Gorosei come in, but then they quickly all split off doing different things. Dory and Brogy came in. So it was just complicated. It wasn't really just straight up this person's fighting this person. And I think it's the same thing here, where Dory and Brogy are like, what, 1.5 billion bounty each? So they add up to 3 bill? Was that what it was? I think that's what it was. So Dory and Brogy are really strong, and they've been Domi reversied, so I could see just Dory and Brogy versus Zoro, Hyrule, Stanson here, maybe. Luffy and Loki maybe come in to fight Imugunko. Then there's Summers, who knows, maybe the other Straw Hats that are on the branch. Instead, like, we don't know who all is going toward the school or the library, but maybe they go toward the children to join the children rescue team. And we get them versus Summers, potentially. So, we'll have to see where everything goes. Again, I think it's going to be more complicated than just this person gets to fight this person. Crazy, though, like I mentioned, that Brook first Straw Hat to clash with Yonko and first Straw Hat to clash with Imu. Brook is insane. But either way, I guess that's where I'm ending this week. I can't think of much else to say. Didn't get a bingo, but honestly, I'll be real, I filled in more of this board than I thought I might. And if I had gotten luckier with the card, I was only 2 away in 2 different spaces. If I'd gotten really lucky with the card, I maybe could have gotten one. But either way, we will end things here. Thank you for watching the video. Like if you did like the video, comment down there too. Tell me what you thought of the chapter or my thoughts. Subscribe for more on One Piece, much more on the channel. Follow on Twitter if you want. If you want a link to the Discord server, it's free and open for anyone. If you'd like to help support the channel by sharing around or dropping a super thanks, it's appreciated. Or if you want to not only support the channel, but get your name at the end of videos and see these videos early rather than when it comes out officially for everyone, you can hit join down below to become a member. Go to patreon.com/HakuOfTheTubes, or a link will be in the description to become a patron. Thank you so much to people who are already members and patrons. Thank you to chosen regulars Evan Hawley and Bertie Wooster, Magical Girls, the D-Ban and Maru, Cheriton Student, David Langstaff, Slayer Candidates, SG and Stance Eater, and Pure Elements, Patricidal, and Elsa the Storyteller. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all next time.